I'm struggling in this moment to decide which way we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But
we got heat.
I think we should just definitely open with what has kept my eyes, my peepers.
Kept your eyes open?
Glued to the timeline, if you will.
Yeah. The not so sacred one.
The definitely not so sacred one.
Tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on?
PDX Real.
Ooh.
Love and grifting.
Oh, my God.
We've talked about these folks a couple of times.
We have.
You know, this is not like the normal way to cover a story. But this is definitely a story. And, you know, one that the legacy media wouldn't cover.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to... I want to say this, though. Just because there are some very salacious things happening in the story doesn't necessarily put it outside of our wheelhouse, you know, per se.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
You know? Because we are talking about people who have been purporting themselves to be a part of the media.
Indeed.
The mediascape. And they have a very large platform, and we've watched them misuse it for quite some time now.
Cause harm
For a very long time. So it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate this. And who am I kidding? It's fun. It's hilarious. It's so good. It's my birthday in February. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. Jeff Church and Angela Todd of PDX Real have been spiraling ever since they got mad enough to show up at a park and try and fight someone from Twitter.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know if y'all saw that, but it was a lot. PDX Real is a poor people humiliation campaign, a rage bait page presence, you know, most recently claiming to be community-led journalism or grassroots reporting or something like that, covering what, you know, the mainstream media won't, and holding our government accountable, because it's our government and we're gonna do that. But really, they are just out here posting poverty porn and propaganda, and they're just asking questions while offering zero solutions and just accountability word salad. Accountability words. Half the time I'm like, who is listening and why? Because what
could they possibly have gotten from that caption? And
I'm not sure, Ambush, which spotlight that they were seeking first. I mean, there's been many iterations at this point. They ranged from, you know, their time being vigilantes in their neighborhood of just walking around and harassing homeless folks, while doing neighborhood patrols because, you know, they're cops and that's what they get to do. The COVID denial, anti-mask situation that really made all the right people show their selves to the world. You know, Angela is part of the journalism team that helped frame Joanne Hardesty for a felony.
Yeah. Yep.
No apologies.
For what?
No retractions, no fixes, no whoopsie doodles. They've, you know, one of their proudest moments being featured on Fox and adding directly to the misinformation and propaganda, making every single one of our crises worse.
Yep.
And in the name of livability. So huge shout out to John the Lefty and Melissa Lewis for doing Angela's due diligence, you know, for finding out that she's partnered with a man that not only spends some afternoons soliciting sex from the same sex workers he publicly degrades, but he's also done some federal time for possession of obscene materials of the child variety.
Yeah.
Oh no, baby, what is you doing, baby?
What are you doing?
So Jeff the John thought that he had that expunged and reveled in disparaging people and ranting about crime. Yes, that same crime that he has pleaded guilty to and been convicted of. And whoops, everything's still available. Whole things, charges just abound. And it was funny because like there was a spelling error ambush in Jeffrey, I think, or something. And so Jeff the John was like, it wasn't me the whole time for a second. And then we kind of realized how quickly that wasn't going to work when he was then kicked out of the Twitter account and Angela kicked him out of the house. And why are we covering any of this, right? Like, because all of this happens and then immediately she runs to social media to ask everyone to respect her privacy.
Unbelievable.
Give me space as I grieve. I didn't know.
Mind you, you've posted unalived people on your account. But you need privacy.
This is the same woman who's been posting video after video, right? Of people doing drugs or overdosing or minding their business or in actual crisis.
Right.
All without people's consent.
Right. Now you want privacy.
All while agitating her mob of a fan base that she does not moderate in any way.
No. Nope. It's dangerous in there, y'all. Stay out of them.
Yo.
They will harass you for days.
For months?
Yeah.
I can easily say I've been harassed for months from making one comment of basically like, wow, you guys really hate poor people. That's why. Right. She calls for them to act as vigilantes in the street, basically, right? Like, make sure you pull that camera out. Make sure you stop those people shoplifting. But now, let's give her a moment. This is a personal matter.
You gotta be kidding me.
And Ambush, when I tell you that this woman then did like a near 10-minute video going from, I had no idea, this is very hard, I can't believe I have to deal with this, to, I didn't realize that my partner was addicted to cocaine and had a relapse. And when that happens, you know, when the Henny's in the system, I mean
right. Ain't no telling.
I got no idea what's gonna happen. Asking for, like, she's going for the sympathy, like, help, you know. But then at a point in this video, it goes from needing the sympathy and the time and this is so tough to literally explaining away every single behavior that person has been accused of, with the exception of even mentioning the PDF file.
Right.
Situations. The video he was in his possession labeled bath time.
Oh my God.
Her response to these things quickly showed us that it's going to go from I kicked this man out, I didn't know, to this is in fact the love of my life, and people change and they also need time, and addiction is tricky and everybody needs to heal in their own way, and time. All of a sudden we got some understanding. Right. The word compassion no longer means enabling.
Right.
All of a sudden we get to eyes are opened, right? That addiction is not just something you can turn on and off, I guess. But she moved it into, actually, I think that this speaks to some of our local politics. You know, each time he got clean, it was because the law got involved. And I don't know, measure one time. Maybe that's what we need. But I would say that if being arrested and doing jail time worked, why did he get arrested again? Why was he out there at 3 p.m. paying for
in the heat of the day,
soliciting a sex worker? This is the person, honestly, who there are tweets. Jeff Church is out here. He's been wilding his entire life, I'm sure.
Right.
Just the entire life. But he definitely does this kind of, it's the, why are there so many prostitutes walking around? There's lots of prostitutes walking around. I'm sure that, here's a tweet. Lots of prostitutes walking around that area too. 82nd has always been pretty bad, but like the rest of the city, it's gotten worse. Do you know about 82nd for a certain reason, sir?
This is someone reporting from the streets.
On the ground.
On the ground reporting from the front line of the sex work trade.
These hotels across the street are well-known prostitute and drug dealer motels. Again, I ask. Another one is this tweet. Members of the homeless advocacy cartel know this is happening and yet do nothing to advocate for these women. These are the same people who say things like, quote, sex work is real work, when they know what the truth of sex work is mostly a series of trafficked individuals being used as a drug is used and tossed away. I'm handing the mic over to you, Jeff.
I feel like I understand where he put himself in that pocket.
Okay.
Mostly. Not me.
Oh, not me.
Not me.
When you solicit a sex worker, that person is certainly not trafficked, right? And certainly is not being used, abused, and tossed to the side.
He does vetting.
As much vetting as Angela does, right?
Yeah.
On a story before she starts talking about it. As much vetting as he does when he starts talking about it on Twitter. Yeah.
We got a text that said, they are Israel.
Yeah.
What you accuse someone else of doing is no mission of guilt.
Hello. It is a mirror every time. Every time.
We just didn't know it was like a full head to toe mirror.
I definitely didn't know it was a full body mirror.
Yeah, we didn't know.
I had no idea it was a full body mirror that was wide enough to hold CP in it.
Yeah.
Because obscene material of the child variety is a wild thing for someone to then dismiss. And I want to very seriously make the point that she has gone from Portland is on fire. The livability is impossible. And the reason why is all of these poor people. We're showing all sorts of faces. We're putting names out there. You doing license plates. You allowing doxing. You telling them to go be found. And this is a person who literally just makes things up.
Right.
Just makes it up. And makes it up in public, so then I guess people believe her because she said that thing, and once challenged, sometimes she don't even come back to it. Sometimes there's nothing to talk about. Nothing to say to that.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly important that we now watch this woman pivot big when this man is revealed for who he is. She is now needing time, right? And there's space that's needed. There's privacy needed.
There's money that's needed.
And then there's that. Because, fam, the way she went from, I don't know, this might have something to do with 110. I'm just saying, thinking about it, also, I did talk to Jeff after I kicked him out of the house, and it was a amazing, enlightening, I don't know, spiritual conversation. And we have decided we're gonna hash this out for you, pay-per-view style. Pay me. You want the rest of this story? Pay me.
Guys, no lie. Legit happening on her IG.
You can pay $4.99 to watch her and Jeff do more lying, more justifying of why it's completely fine, and telling you that, you know, leaning into, I'm sure, the addiction angle, that consequences do, in fact, you know, change your life or something like that. And it was nice to see, Ambush, the people that do follow this page and do believe in the humongous air quote work that these people are doing.
Yeah. The work.
Start to go, wait. Wait. Are you here asking for me to support you and give you privacy whilst selling it? While selling your story to us? Nah, that can't be it. And I'm here to tell you, that's exactly it.
That's it, guys.
Yes.
That's actually it.
Yes.
It always has been.
That's what this is. That's exactly what this is. This is a person who has been, you know, a couple that has been able to grow a following enough that they figured that they would have been rolling in it by now. Rolling in it. And their agenda is something that, you know, a conservative, a right-wing money group would want to invest in. And so I wonder why, you know, you don't have Jordan Schnitzer money.
Right.
I wonder why Phil Knight hasn't passed you a check.
Right. What are you?
And
what
here
are
you are expecting grassroots community reporting to then get paid for by those same people, but then you tell those people that you aren't actually a journalist, they should do the work for you.
Right.
But also, I'm definitely going to pay, I'm going to make you pay for me to tell you why you should keep paying me.
Right.
Because that's what's happening. You owe your fan base an explanation because you have put yourself on a moral pedestal for however long this stupid account has lasted and all of before that stupid different accounts have lasted, right? All of those other failed efforts. This has been the best one for you so far, and you thought that you were about to like skyrocket, but the filter on your IG ain't that cute.
It ain't doing it.
People are getting very tired of hearing how awful everything is and not a solution. And then when other people say solutions that you then dismiss because you've never read into this, you have no idea what the data is. You just say, no, I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Or reverses it as, well, where are you getting that information from?
Your mom.
Do you have
That's who I'm getting the information
Do you
from.
have the documents to present that? To support that? As if that's what happens on her end.
Right.
She's constantly like, I have an insider.
She's flatly lying.
Yeah.
We have an insider at the so-and-so. In fact, in this scandal alone, in the comments of her Instagram, someone was like, wow, who, did this? A hacker or something? And she just literally fan fiction. There's a group of Antifas on Twitter that talk to each other just to take down people. What are you like? So again, shout out to John the Lefty, who was like, hi, lies. It me.
'Twas I.
Here I am. You could just talk to me. I wasn't in a group.
Right.
And instead of her being like, whoops.
Oh, yeah, because that'll never happen.
It's like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Sure, it was you. Yeah, whatevs.
Well, I mean, she does, in fact, she thanked him for, I know you were doing this with malice, but, God did send you to tell me this info. So here I am now. Better for it? I don't know.
Oh, please. Better call Saul.
Fam, she went into a whole Jesus and spirituality and wellness and all the things that don't fit and together. And when I continuously say that these pipelines to white supremacy are there, they are there, they are there. She may have just entered that pipeline when it came to anti-masking. She may have entered that pipeline years ago thinking she was a part of the wellness space. Who knows? But here we are, because the bottom line in what the outcome of everything that they as a couple are doing is harm.
Yep.
And here you are begging for donations, being a class war traitor. Be for real. I wouldn't give you a penny. I wouldn't give you not $1, not a nothing. And I am a person who wants everyone to thrive.
Yeah.
But what you're not going to do is be not just a roadblock, not just a saboteur, but an actual harmful presence.
Yeah.
Creating harm for people that are in their, not just their most vulnerable state, they are continuously mistreated, degraded, disparaged, attacked. And you spend your day, your time doing a spin on we shouldn't be yeah, take those tents, because if they don't, tough love. If they don't get into treatment, send them to jail.
So
you guys
wild.
are about to overrun what stupid system we have. It's already happened. But all of this, like, I'm going to flop or switch around on 110 and yeah, let's recriminalize. What do you think is about to happen? Number one, the infrastructure. We don't have it.
Right.
We are still not compliant with how many public defenders you have to have. You cannot just arrest people and them have no representation and think that they're just going to sit in jail.
Right.
Would you be good with it?
Unfortunately, they are.
Well, I don't know, because it sounds to me like they broke. So if old boy gets arrested again, or she hops her happy butt into a car to go fight somebody at a park again,
yeah,
and y'all get the find yourselves on the wrong side of the law, you're going to want to be able to get bail. You're going to want to be able to get an attorney who will help you get out.
Yeah.
You will be talking very obviously about how maybe people shouldn't have to sit in jail for not having money. Oh, how the tides are turning already.
So whack.
And it's unfortunate that you are 50 years old just figuring out that you don't, like, you should not have to have gone through every specific thing to have an idea about every specific thing.
Right.
To have compassion about everything. Like, you should not have to, but if you don't have a baseline, if there is not, I am here for, this is what my humanity looks like. This is the vision of the world that I want to live in. These are the people that I want to live around. If you don't have none of that, in what regard are you going to be able to help build it? In what regard are you going to be able to relate to any of the people that you want to come along on the journey with you?
Right.
But now that you've been cheated on by a pedophile, I don't know. Addiction is tricky.
Wow.
And it's a wild thing to really put pedophilia on cocaine, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that is wow. That's wild. The dismissal and the, what's it called? Ambush. I guess dismissal is justifications. Her response to people flatly asking, are you going to address this part with Jeff? Because this is a big deal. It's sort of like, I mean, yeah, we will on the live address what happened 22 years ago. Sure. $4.99, fam.
Run it. Someone said, ooh, I missed your spice, Morgan. Best part of my Thursday morning routine. Welcome back, sis.
Yeah.
We got another one. What the F? I'm so glad I don't have social media. Oh, this is from Portland. something like the Trump shoes, normalizing and making money off of fascism.
Oh my, okay. Portland, thank you. I meant to mention that fool has some shoes, some fake J's with a...
Took his whole self to SneakerCon in Philadelphia to do the release.
He was like, take me to the Liberty Bell. I got American flag shoes. Are the Patriots wearing it?
I heard they sold out.
But if you do 2 pairs, then, you know, him and Barron are doing great.
Yeah.
I just want... So Meal Team 6 is out here buying it. The white ISIS.
Well, the only 2 people that I've seen so far in pictures holding them, and it's most likely because of my social media bubble, is Fat Joe.
No.
And a young black gentleman that was at a Trump rally and got his signed.
Hey, thanks for listening to News with My Fiance. We're going to end it early today. Why would you want that?
With Fat Joe, I understand exactly. I understand exactly why he did it, and it's whack.
Okay.
He is a huge, with the biggest font you can use, sneaker collector. So for him, this is like, I have that thing that existed at one point.
Oh, that's not how sneaker culture works, babe.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not
yeah,
you, babe.
Yeah. So for him, it's like, oh no, I have to have those. I mean, you know, F Trump, but I definitely have to have those. What do you mean?
Except for you certainly don't. You know what you could do? As you try and pivot into the Jennifer Lopez lane, Fat Joe, maybe you stay out of it.
Yeah. Stay away.
Maybe you shut it up. Maybe you don't pose with that, you know, treasonous.
Yeah.
The treason ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't, even if that's like your thing, like where you felt as though I just have to have them, I don't need to see it. I don't need to, don't.
That's a wild thing to share, I guess. Yeah. I'm just like, why are you on your Kanye right now?
That's a wild thing to share.
This is dumb.
Yeah. There was definitely a moment for me before I left Philly where I was collecting Bill Cosby comedy records. I was like, on some more, I need to get these out of circulation. So whenever I saw them at like a Goodwill or a Dollar Bin, it's like, gimme, gapped up. Let's get these out of here. And at no point, there was a TV show showing my age back in the day called Friday the 13th. And it had nothing to do with the movies, but it was like this office of curiosity, this store of curiosities, and everything in it was like haunted or had a curse on it. And it's where they kept, you know, all the things that they went and collected on cases and put it away so it'd be safe so the public wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not going to show you my Bill Cosby vinyl collection. That's not like, it's not like trading cards. I don't want anyone to listen to this stuff. So
I'm gonna hoard it.
Yeah. So you showing us that you got the Trumps, knowing the platform you have, like the way that we constantly watch people in our orbit, just normalize foolishness. It's just like, dude, like, come on, man.
Like completely normalizing foolishness, but that foolishness is dangerous, and that foolishness is, you know, build a wall.
Right.
That foolishness is Russia. Are you listening?
Can you hear me, Russia?
Can you hear me? That foolishness is, you know, let's think about it. Maybe we could shine a light bright enough into the body and kill the COVID.
Well,
what my point is, are you going to give us a...
No, I was going to say, I anticipate just getting some really good reactions and traffic online and from the pit that is her comments.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
it is my favorite when they try and call here or send messages like to get us fired.
Yeah, I'll never forget her responding to us or talking about us in her stories. Oh, I'd love to come on the show.
I bet you would.
Discuss. I'm sure you and your fan base would love that.
I'm 1000% never going to give people who do not deserve credibility.
Yeah.
And them having a large following because they went on Fox and because they literally do the bottom of the barrel content, live there.
Yeah, we're not rewarding that.
Have the day you deserve.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
I do not have to legitimize any of what you want to spew. You got Jesse Waters at Fox for that or something. Ain't that your friend?
You know what I will do, though? I will highlight the accounts that are making a point to show how great Portland is bouncing back. And, you know, all the amazing things that are happening in Portland, whether it's small businesses, different events.
Yes.
I'll make sure we go ahead and share that on our IG, you know, because people are fed up, man. People are fed all the way up.
There is ambush a talent, though, to telling us that you are an unknowing victim to something while doing an active marketing campaign.
Right.
Like, that is bananagrams.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got myself, distracted, and I didn't. We didn't get to pull in every other story to bring the point together.
Yeah.
But if you do a very quick music break,
and I want to come back with that Urban Alchemy.
Okay.
Yeah. And we are back. This is my Fiance with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. There's some other things we want to get into. I'm going to start with Urban Alchemy. Morgan titled it, "The Surviving Urban Alchemy documentary is going to be nuts."
Because it is.
Bruh.
It's almost as crazy as Diddy allegations, right?
Oh, Lord of mercy. Urban Alchemy, a nonprofit managing homeless encampments, is accused of violent acts, sexual and drug trafficking at a Sausalito encampment. The complaint alleges that an Urban Alchemy employee attacked Arthur Bruce, a resident, to protect criminal activities, including trafficking, crystal meth, and exploiting women. Bruce's assault followed his criticism of Urban Alchemy to the media. The lawsuit also claims negligence in supervising employees, instances of drug trafficking, and assault, as is laid out earlier. Urban Alchemy staff are cited, staff are cited, including restraining orders against 2 employees for sexual assault. Urban Alchemy misconduct extends beyond Sausalito with reports of illegal gun use and mistreatment of homeless individuals. An anonymous tip line, Urban Alchemy Accountability Now, has been established for individuals to report misconduct.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in, but the fact that there is an Urban Alchemy Accountability Now
tip line. You know, Urban Alchemy, you could also talk to your supervisors, your own self. You could also talk to the residents, your own self. You know, you
would have to then believe them. I mean, like, if they did talk to the residents, then they would hear that people are being harmed, and they'd be like, crazy homeless people, always talking.
Right.
Always doing the stuff with the things.
Crazy homeless talk.
Ambush, I am a firm believer that sanctioned campsites with these poverty pimp property managers are simply about controlling poor people. It is not about shelter. It is not about temporary housing. It is not a step towards the solution or getting people in treatment and getting them services. It is about controlling poor people and making money off of it.
That's it.
It is exploitation, real loud. And it's a waste of our money. And our elected officials absolutely 100% know that.
Yep.
And if they don't, then they are not qualified for the job. And that is not, no qualms about saying that. No matter who you are. If you believe that Urban Alchemy was about to be a thing, you shouldn't be there. They exacerbate the problem. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm going to say P-Town text. No, I don't want to talk about Urban Alchemy. I'd rather burn them down and clean my effing spiritual energy.
Hello. Well,
hey, I'm just enough here.
It's just absolutely incredible to me that this is a place that has continuously been accused of actual violence trafficking. This is a group that is supposed to be like a dry site. You aren't supposed to be able to do drugs or
obtain anything,
but you the ones bringing it in. That sounds a whole lot like a crooked corrections officer to me.
Yeah.
That sounds a whole lot like the folks that don't know that the correction officers are the ones that bring in the most amount of drugs.
Right.
Or like send them to jail, then they won't be able to do their heroin. Oh, for real? For real? Like at some point you gotta be for real. Like you gotta be for real. If you are going to jump into this space and act as if the reason you're doing it is because you care, not because you are Lars Larson or something, like you don't get to just throw it in.
Right.
Let me really quickly, because then now we really have like no time. But one of the other things, and this is to the point of the waste, because Urban Alchemy, humongous waste of our time, our people, our money. PDX Real or Real PD, what are they?
Yeah.
Them, that couple, that grifting couple that continues to be in the way. They are wasting our time, our energy, our efforts.
Ooh.
But, you know, Portland just bought some shiny new tiny homes, you know? We have acquired 100 new tiny home pods for homeless encampments funded by the Federal American Rescue Plan and Metro's supportive housing funds. Each pod cost over $16,000. Each pod cost over $16,000.
I want y'all to sit with that for a sec. Because I did. My mind was blown.
I'm on my Dr. Umar. Each pod was over $16,000. We could just pay their rent. We could pay rent for less annually. For permanent, not for temporary.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot expect people to change their entire lives while in multiple crises. You cannot do it. Not seriously. But what do? We keep spending our money on things that we know don't work, that are inhumane. All you want to do is control folks and allow some folks to make some money off of that.
Yep.
That's what this is.
Is it profitable? Come on.
If it's not profitable, are we going to do it? No.
Yeah.
What needs to happen? All of those dollars that we are paying, that American Rescue Plan money could have been working on building affordable housing. As you are paying the rent in all of these vacant places we have. But the optics, the upper middle, you know, the middle class who want so badly for what they have to be merit-based.
Right.
They cannot have that illusion broken in any way. So how could I live in the same building as you poorsies? You know how hard I work?
Right. Right.
You know how much I do? Like, we could spend less. We could do it all out of our local government structure, meaning jobs.
Yep.
Meaning safety and security for the people that are living on the street.
People underscore the emotional well-being of having a safe place and secure place to have not just you, but all of your things.
I'm never going to get over it. Are you a person who closes your door and has a drink or does something, does a little,
you know, little candy?
If you are a person who does that in the safety of your own home or your own office or the homie's house, the audacity to be mad at somebody doing it in their living room too.
Right. Right.
If you are a person who purposely goes to the liquor store before you go camping, a person who buys a couple of baggies of things before you go camping, because you don't sleep outside sober on purpose. And that's with amenities.
Right. That's by choice.
Then the audacity of you saying those addicted people, acting as if you understand a tiny bit of addiction, as if like, you know, because all of a sudden you've been impacted,
right?
But doing no extras. No, let me actually read into this. Let me actually find out. This new information is rocking my world. Let me see. Instead, we just sit with these active saboteurs that are ruining our progress toward any sort of permanent solutions that will create those environments of safety and security that we all want. And we have to find a way to stop these people in their tracks, because folks are not listening enough. The right folks aren't listening enough. And by that, I mean, when what we know, and shout out to us, Portland continues to vote for things that move us forward.
Yep.
If only funded, you know, if only the program got to be what it was sold as. If only the money that is supposed to go into that investment of people actually made it. We keep doing that. So shout out to us. But those loud voices, like, you know, People for Portland, they complain about livability and homelessness, but got active tax evaders at the helm.
Right.
Urban Alchemy and Kevin, the geese are doing meth Dahlgren, are out here getting contracts they aren't qualified for and don't deserve, and they only harm people that they're supposed to be advocates for. And the PDX reels that are weaponizing identities and words against the people that are doing actual work, who are doing nothing but being in the way, nothing but shaming and humiliating people. That is not the way that you create change. It just rage baits. It just gets the people who are already upset to be frothing the moment that they see, you know, some dude at a bus stop that is bent over and you can see his foil in his hand or something.
Right.
To the, you know, you got the dude in Hood River who's like the police they're trying to change the police accountability oversight board. And in that, people are saying, if you, that and 110, where you are you are even thinking about recriminalizing something that should not be a go to jail offense.
Yeah.
We're going to recriminalize that with absolutely no way to handle those scenarios, but we're going to leave it up to the police. We're going to leave it up to the police to either give you a ticket or take you to jail.
I really thought they were overwhelmed, you know.
I thought they were overwhelmed. I thought there was no way they could. But what we definitely know historically and presently are the people that the police choose to arrest.
Right.
So when presented with that information that Black, brown, disabled, and poor people are going to be impacted and arrested the most, what does Hood River representatives say? I don't buy it.
Malarkey.
Then get out.
Malarkey.
Get out of the way, because if your idea is just to law and order it to death, it never worked. Here we are. Talk to Bill Clinton. Talk to Joe Byron. 30 years of the crime bill. What are we talking about?
Today's show was made possible by Morgan Jones and the DJ Ambush and our podcast editor, the illustrious Kyle G. Thank you so much, everyone, for your text. I want to get this last one in. Morgan, also and this is from P-Town. Morgan, also these concentration camps, air quotes, sanctioned camp areas, serve as a meter for also, can we sell this property? Ooh. What does the EPA say about it? Do they die when we put them here?
Ooh.
Yeah. Those texts and many more will be in the episode description. Thank you, Kyle, for grabbing all of that. Yeah, so you guys know the deal. You know, don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. Thank you so much for listening.
Pay attention to the sources that you're getting things from. They matter. Bye.